So, hello students. I hope you all are doing well and good with your revision part. So, we have completed the chapter acids, bases and salts. Now, in this session, we are going to do only revision and some extra factual points, okay, which we can go through. Okay. So, it's like this revision or summarization part. ठीक है revision or summarization part won't end now itself, like it will take at least two session, hope so. ठीक है, so we'll make it in two session and then we'll go through the question answer part. I hope you are comfortable with it. Now moving to the next slide, that is what is an acid. So we have seen कि acid is something which has pH less than 7. So I have defined you what is pH. pH is nothing but negative log to the base 10 of H plus ion concentration. Right? So basically we have seen what whenever an acid dissolves in water, it gives H plus ion, Cl minus ion or whatever. Basically it should give H plus ion. This directly get added or reacted with water molecule, forming H3O plus ion. So we use H plus ion and H3O plus ion interchangeably, right? So that is what is the your pH. Okay, so that is, we can say कि a calculation which is dependent on the concentration of this H plus ion. Clear? First property. Then also we have seen along with that कि litmus paper, if the litmus paper is blue in color, okay, that will be converted to red when it comes in contact with your acid, right? So what is a litmus paper? It is an indicator, right? So what is an indicator? Indicator is something which either changes color, ठीक है, or changes the smell, ठीक है, and forms or indicates you whether the substance which is in contact is acid or base. So whenever a indicator changes the smell to give you the indication whether the substance in contact is an acid or a base, it is known as olfactory indicator. ठीक है, that is known as olfactory indicator. But litmus is something which is changing the color and giving you the proper indication that whether the substance is an acid or a base. So whenever acid comes in contact with litmus, it is going to convert the blue color to red. One more thing you have to remember, key indicators which we have studied is your turmeric, right? This is the natural indicator. Then phenolphthalein. In this we have in later on slides. ठीक है, phenolphthalein. Then methyl orange we have seen. ठीक है. So I hope you remember all these indicators, right? Now the next point which we have seen, the H plus ions are released in solution, which I have explained you here, right? One more thing which is a very important property of an acid, you can say, is the corrosive nature of an acid. Acid always show corrosive nature. That means whenever it comes in contact with metal, it directly react with the metals, right? Forming salt. Hence, your metal slowly gets melted, or it is also termed as corrosion, right? So that is why we never keep any acidic substance in a metallic jar. ठीक है? Also, one more thing which has to be remembered, कि what are acids? Acids are all those substances which are sour to taste. Clear? So all these points are to be remembered. Acids are also good conductor of electricity. So when we say that acids are good conductor of electricity, always remember that they conduct electricity only in solution. Okay? That is, they are also known as electrolytes. I hope you remember all these terms. Electrolytes. Electrolytes are the substances which conduct electricity only in solution format. Remember this? Okay. Moving to the next slide. See, whenever an acid, whenever an acid is dissolved in water, it is always going to release H3O plus ion. How? Basically, it releases H plus, and this is your NO3 minus, H plus and NO3 minus ions in H2O. But we have seen that this H plus ion is highly reactive, right? So very patiently we have to revise everything because we don't want to miss a single point. Okay? So this is going to react with this H2O, forming H3O plus ion, and this ion is also termed as hydronium ion. So H plus and H3O plus is used interconvertibly, right? So one another can be used. Either you can use H plus or you can use H3O plus. It means the same. Clear? Moving to the next. That is the classification of acids. Okay? So we have seen a lot of different types of acid in our session, right? कि कौन कौन से acid हो सकते हैं, how we can categorize them, like oxy acids, hydra acid, weak acid, strong acid, then concentrated acid, dilute acid, and so on. ठीक है? So we'll see them one by one. So weak acid versus strong acid. Firstly, we have seen that weak acids are those which do not ionize completely. You have to remember this. That is, partial ionization is occurring. Partial ionization. Okay? So due to this partial ionization, we can say an acid to be a weak acid. So there are n number of examples. We have written here some few of them. Okay? Then what are strong acids? Strong acids are those which can ionize completely. Okay? So you can say mostly the weak acids, you can say all the organic acids come under weak acid. Okay? And almost all the mineral acid come, almost all, right, come in strong acid. Okay? So this is the source. Organic acid or mineral acid can be categorized depending on the source. Organic acids are those which, see, one categorization which we have seen is organic and mineral acids. Okay? So organic acids are those which are derived from an organism, whereas mineral acids are those which are derived from inorganic materials. Okay? Specifically the minerals. So that is why the name comes. Okay? So this is one classification. This is second classification. Then we have seen the third classification as concentrated and dilute acid. Do you remember this? So, concentrated acid means the one in which the quantity of acid is maximum, okay, or more than water. A solution of acid where concentration of acid is more. It is known as concentrated. And where concentration of acid is less, that solution is known as dilute. So we have also seen how to dilute an acid. To dilute an acid, you have to add acid dropwise to water. Remember this? Okay. So these are the three categories. One more category, I'll write it over here, is those acids which contain oxygen are termed as oxyacids. Okay? And those acids which do not contain oxygen but 101% they are going to contain hydrogen are known as hydra acids. Okay? So oxyacids and hydra acids. Like here you can say H2SO4 can be taken as an example. Okay? Whereas in hydra acid, for hydra acid you can use HCl as an example. So those acids which contain oxygen, okay, in them are known as oxyacid, and which do not contain oxygen but contain hydrogen are hydracids. Clear? So these are the classification. I have given you all the different types, that is the 4 types of classification in this slide, right? Now see the some common acids. For example, we have read a lot, I mean reaction also we have done of hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, that is sulfuric acid. See, HCl is something which is basically produced in our stomach, because in our stomachs there are certain enzymes like your pepsin. Okay? They require acidic environment. So that acidic environment comes from this HCl secretion. So एक gastric juice है ये HCl in our stomachs, right? This is a part of gastric juice. Now sulfuric acid, you can see the car batteries. Have you seen? These car batteries contain sulfuric acid. Okay? So again you have seen this. Then nitric acid. Nitric acid is an explosive. Then acetic acid, you come to see it in vinegar. In vinegar you find it. Then carbonic acid, like sodas you have, in that you find the carbonic acid. Then all the flavoring agent they contain flavorings. Okay? Flavoring agent contain phosphoric acid. So these are the common acid which we come across every time. There are few more like tartaric acid. Okay? Tartaric acid and so on. So there are, I mean to say, there are n number of acid which we come across. This come in your imli, that is your tamarind, you will find it. Then oxalic acid and so on. So there are so many acids which you come across. Few are your organic acid and few are mineral acid. Now let's understand the bases. What are bases? Bases are those which have pH greater than 7. And also when you touch base, it will feel slippery. Something like soap, because soap contain NaOH and that is nothing but base. Okay? So bases are those which are very soapy to feel, or you can say slippery to feel, right? Okay. So next, also these bases, see these are some facts. I said ki some facts I have added to this PowerPoint presentation so that you can come across and remember them also. Okay, so dissolves fats and oils. So just for example, I will tell you one thing. Try to dissolve water and suppose this is oil, water and oil. You will find whatever you try, it is going to be unmixed. Okay? They never mix with each other. But when you add a soap to it, just add soap to this water and oil mixture. When you add soap, this soap will help this oil to get mixed in this water. So you can say basically oil is getting mixed in soap and soap is getting mixed in water, and therefore an solution comes, to see, that is your emulsion. This solution is known as emulsion. So this is known as that soap dissolves fats and oils. Clear? Now, and we know that whenever a base is dissolved in water, okay, whenever you try to dissolve a base in water, it is always going to release OH minus ion. Okay, so OH minus ion is obtained in solution of a base. ठीक है? Now also I have given you the reaction, that is neutralization reaction, that is whenever an acid reacts to a base, it is going to form salt. It is going to form salt and water. So this reaction is termed as neutralization reaction, or you can say a base can neutralize an acid. This is clear, right? Then again, in this also you'll find there are weak acids and there are strong acid, weak bases and strong bases. So what are weak bases? Those bases which basically ionize incompletely, and strong bases are those which ionize completely. So you can find weak bases here as ammonia, potassium carbonate and sodium carbonate. Then is your strong bases, which are basically sodium hydroxide, sodium phosphate, barium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. So we have seen all these examples in our session. So some common bases if we go through, then NaOH is one. Then your magnesium hydroxide, also known as milk of magnesia, is also, you can say, a common base because it is present in all the your antacids. What are antacids? We know, right? Antacids are those chemicals which neutralizes acid when there is a production of excess of acid in our stomach causing hyperacidity. So it can neutralize or it can cure your hyperacidity, right? So this you get in your medical medicine known as Digene, which we have discussed in our session. Clear? So these are some few examples. Then aluminium hydroxide also is an antacid and deodorant में also it is present. ठीक है? You feel very ठंडा ठंडा ना? It is because of these bases. Then ammonium hydroxide is basically formed in ammonia. ठीक है? Whenever ammonia comes in contact with water, it will be forming ammonium hydroxide. ठीक है? Now, what are types of acids and bases? ठीक है? So basically we have seen there are aqueous solution, there are aqueous acids, etc. Right? So in 1800s, chemical concepts were based on the reaction of aqueous solution, because many of the reactions take place. I am not telling all, but many reactions take place in aqueous form. ठीक है? So in aqueous form. Okay, so Svante Arrhenius developed a concept regarding it. That is, he said all the substances which on dissolution of water releases H plus ion is an acid, and all those substances which on dissolution with water releases OH minus ions are bases, right? So that is what I have written in the next point. That is, Arrhenius acid are those acids which produces hydrogen ion in water, and Arrhenius bases are those substances which produces hydroxide ion, that is your OH minus ion, which we have discussed in the first slide itself, right? And here it is OH plus, right? So clear? So now the next point is, when we see the modern concept, there are many acids which basically do not contain there are many bases which do not contain hydroxyl ion. So how can we say them a base, right? So for example, ammonia. In this you will not find, in this there is no hydroxyl ion. So it cannot release hydroxyl ion. So the new concept comes is, which is also known as modern concept. It is given by Bronsted Lowry, and he says कि जो भी हाइड्रोजन आयन डोनेट करता है, so donor of H plus ion is your acid, and acceptor of this H plus ion is your base, right? For example, when NH3 is dissolved in water, it will form NH4 plus, and OH4 minus is released from the water. So can you see there is an acceptance of H plus from water, right? So that means ammonia is a base. So if this is a base, he said ki NH4 plus will be the conjugate acid, because now this NH4 plus is having the tendency to lose this extra H plus ion. Therefore, it can be termed as conjugate acid, right? So moving further, yeah, the same thing I have mentioned over here, and that is the concept of conjugate acid and base. So, what are conjugate acid? Compound formed when base gains an hydrogen ion, right? The same thing which I have explained you in the previous slide. That is NH3 when dissolved in water, it gives out NH4 plus and OH minus. So out of this is a base, whereas this thing will be your conjugate acid. Okay? In the same way, when you see the conjugate base, the compound formed, after an acid loses the hydrogen ion is known as your conjugate base. Okay, so I'm just removing this part. Okay, now so something which loses the hydrogen ion is your hydrogen ion. After losing, it is your conjugate base. Is it clear? Is it clear now? I hope it is clear now. So now moving to the next point or the next slide. Okay, for this I can give you the H plus, HCl when HCl when added to water, it is going to give out H plus ion and Cl minus ion. Okay, plus H2O, or you can write H plus and H2O together as H3O plus also. But now this can accept one H plus ion, right? Therefore, this is a conjugate base. Clear? Okay, and this is your acid. Clear? So this is how you have to remember some points. Now, after this, we'll be studying pH scale and further points. Okay. So what are pH scale? pH scale is a scale or a color strip which gives you the color variation, like from red to dark blue. The red one shows pH of 0 and the green one shows your pH of 7. Okay. So this pH of 7 is neutral, right? So the optimal range of blood का pH is your 6.5, that is human blood, 7.5, that is between 6.5 to 8.2. Okay. And there are some common pH of some common solution are given, like for example lemon juice, the pH is 2, wine the pH is 4, then rainwater acid rain, that is your pH is 5.5, human blood is 7.5, baking soda is 8.5, and finally bleach is 12.5. So basic, the very highly basic substance will be in very dark blue color, whereas very highly acidic substance is very dark red in color, right? So this is known as your pH scale, and for this pH scale we use universal indicator. We have seen what is an universal indicator. It is a mixture of different indicators so that the acid and base could give different colors showing the your strength of acid or base. Is this clear? So this is known as pH scale. Clear? Now, so there are some common given. You have to remember. I have just started this slide because first and the foremost important thing is question comes from this. Okay, not lot, but yes, there are question. I'll give you the example of it that comes in from the common substances ka pH. So you have to remember them. Okay, at least make this chart. Okay, and after making the chart, try to remember. ठीक है, make a chart, put it on wall so that you can see it many times and you can remember the different pH of the different solutions. ठीक है, so this is you have to remember, right? Okay, so these are the common pH or common substances ka pH, so just make note of everything. Now whenever we say neutral, so neutral means pH of 7. It is nothing but concentration of H plus and OH minus ions are equal in the solution. So that will be the neutral. So we have few more slides after this, but for now I'll end up here so that you can recollect everything and this you can make note of and make chart of. You have any doubts, you can ask. If it is clear, then make sure that you are ready for the question answer sessions, right? So in the next session, I'll try to complete the chapter for revision, okay? And then we'll move to the question answers, okay? So guys, here I'll end up the session. We'll meet in the next session. Till then, bye bye.